The front is missing the very low part of your mat.
Good morning and namaste. Welcome to your practice, everybody. Yesterday, when I sent out the invitations, I added a little phrase on there, and it was from BKS Iyengar. And it says that yoga is the light, which once it's lit, it'll never dim. The better your practice, the brighter the light. But what exactly does better mean? I think that a lot of yogis, including Mr. Iyengar, say that the primary reason for yoga is to restore the mind to simplicity and peace. And that reduces the distress and confusion that we're usually experiencing. And we can get that sense of calm from our yoga practice. So you know why you're practicing today? Because by using the pranayama and the asana, the breathing techniques and these simple movements, we can create that sense of calm and restore our minds to a place where we can be more creative and really enjoy our lives. So let's begin our practice today with a simple pranayama technique. First, we'll find a comfortable seat or asana. So just find a comfortable place to draw your tailbone down and then lift all the way up on the heart center or the sternum. And then just draw your shoulders way up towards your ears and then draw the shoulders down away from the ears. So on the inhale, you'll draw the shoulders up. And then on the exhale, you'll release the shoulders back down. So just do a few of those. Try to notice maybe how that's feeling. Notice any sounds or sensations in the body. Maybe it's going pretty smoothly this morning, I hope. And then just draw your shoulders forward up towards your ears. Draw your shoulder blades way together and then draw the shoulder blades all the way down the back. So on the inhale, you'll be rolling the shoulders forward and up. And on the exhale, you'll be drawing the shoulder blades together and then all the way down the back. So just lift all the way up through the crown of your head. And then let's clasp the hands together and press the palms forward. So when you press your palms forward, can you inhale and lift the arms up? On the exhale, release the arms out to the side. And as you're releasing your arms out to the side, reach through your fingertips. And then just bring the palms back together again. Let's press through the palms. Inhale. And then on the exhale, release the arms out to the side and just start reaching through your fingertips. Take it easy, take it slow. Let's clasp the hands together again. Press the palms out and we'll inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Can you do that in your mind? So press your palms out. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now bring your hands into a prayer position. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands in the prayer position. Keep going. Keep counting in your head, just a few more breaths. And now just bring the palms to the heart center, close your eyes down, and bring to mind your intention for your practice today, whatever that is. Maybe it's just allowing for some simplicity and peace. And then nice and easy, you can open your eyes. Namaste. Today we'll focus on a little bit of a back bending practice. So it allows for more opening of the heart and reduces pitta. And what that means is it reduces some of the heat in the body. So let's start out slow on the floor, and you can just put your feet in front of you if you like, or you can sit in easy pose, whichever one is best for you. And then let's inhale again and bring the arms up over the head. And on the exhale, release the arms all the way down. Let your palms come back behind you. Inhale and lift up on the heart center. And then exhale and draw your tailbone down. As you're drawing your tailbone down, allow the heart center to lean forward slightly. So just a simple movement, not a lot of effort in the beginning of your practice. Try to focus on just deepening your breath right now. So we're using the pranayama. And now inhale, and you can lift the torso. And as you lift the torso, walk your hands out in front. This time you'll walk your fingertips forward. And then come up onto the tops of the fingertips. So you're up on the tops of the fingertips. And from there, you can draw forward. So draw your heart center forward. Take a nice deep breath. And then let's walk the fingertips over towards the left side. Inhale and lift up on the heart center. And on the exhale, just draw your right hip back down to the floor. Take a few breaths there. Now walk your fingertips back towards the center. Inhale and lift your arms all the way up. On the exhale, release the fingertips back down and lift up onto your fingertips. Walk your fingertips over towards your right side and draw the left hip back down towards the floor. Take a few breaths here. Each inhalation, notice how the chest expands with the breath. And on the exhale, see if you can draw your hip down a little bit closer to the earth. These simple asanas or yoga postures are the power of the practice when it's connected with your breath. Walk your fingertips back to the center. Inhale, lift the arms all the way up. And on the exhale, you'll release your arms back and behind you. So when you bring your hands behind you, inhale and lift up on the heart center. And just draw your knees down a little bit closer to the earth. Take a few breaths here. If your neck is falling backward, then draw the chin down slightly. Take a few breaths. Your very first back bend today. Woo! Okay, now let's walk the fingertips forward. And when you bring your fingertips forward, we'll just come onto hands and knees. So when you come down onto hands and knees, try to find a space now where you can lengthen your spine. And you should know by now, the easiest way to do that is by drawing your tailbone down, but by lifting up on the heart. So that should make your shoulders come back a little bit farther. And when your shoulders come back, take a look down at your palms and make sure that the palms are flat on the mat and the fingertips are open. Let's inhale and extend that right leg back. When you draw your right leg back, press through the heel. And then on the next exhale, we'll draw the knee in towards the chest and then place the knee back down. Inhale, extend your left leg long, flex through the heel. Now reach through the crown of your head at the same time. And if your shoulders are hiking up, draw them back away from your ears. Exhale and bring the knee back in towards your chest and then place the knee back down. Separate your knees wide. Draw the hips back and walk your fingertips forward. As you're walking your fingertips forward, try to allow for the heart center to sink down. Let the chest sink down. Draw your shoulders back. Really deepen your breath. That's a perfect posture for the morning. On the inhale, lift your hips, walk your hands back, and we'll bring the knees together. Next breath, just bring that right foot forward. So bring your right foot forward, bring all the weight into the right side, and then we'll inhale and float the torso up. So as you bring your torso up and the torso is long, can you adjust your hips so that they're parallel? And then with the hips parallel, you can exhale and sink back down, curl the left toe under, and flex through the heel. Now, if you don't like being in the high lunge, just let the knee drop down again and allow the top of the foot to be flat on the mat. Everybody's allowing right now the hips to sink down. So whether you're on one knee or whether you're up into your high lunge, just allow your hips to sink down. Exhale, and then we'll draw that right knee back and draw the hips back. Full breath. Inhale and float your torso up. Left foot forward and lift all the way up. So as you lift all the way up, we're using this position to balance out the pelvic bowl. So try to balance out the pelvic bowl. And then once it's even, you can exhale and hinge forward again. So you'll hinge forward towards your blocks or towards the floor. And if that all feels okay, curl the toe under and flex the heel into your high lunge position. As you move into your high lunge position, if it doesn't feel right this morning, it won't make your practice better. So allow the knee to drop down, press the top of the foot on the mat, and feel the opening in the top of the quadricep. If this feels good and you're breathing freely and enjoying the practice, stay right there and see if you can allow your hips to sink down. That would be the indicator that that's a good posture, that you can let the hips sink down from there. Try not to shoot the knee forward. And then on the exhale, just drop your right knee down and we'll bring the left foot back and draw the hips back. So one more time, coming into your easy pose. Inhale and float the torso back up. And now we'll bring the right foot forward and then the left foot forward. And just press into your feet as you roll all the way up, come all the way up. You can let your palms touch and then bring the palms right down the center line, right to the heart center. And on the exhale, release your arms down to the side. And we'll start out with another spine opener today. So bring your hands to your waist. And then on the exhale, just bend your knees slightly. How do they feel? Pretty good this morning? Okay, bend deeper if you can, and then roll your torso forward. So not a lot of force, but just roll forward as much as you can. Press through your feet now, engage your abdomen, and on the way up, you'll inhale, inhale, inhale as you open up your arms and press your hips forward. So on the exhale, you're rolling down forward. You kind of draw the navel in and up at that time. Let the fingertips come down and then press through your feet on the way up and start inhaling. Okay? You see it's a basic movement, but I want you to follow the rhythm of your own breath now. So make sure that your abdomen stays engaged during this posture. But on the way up, make sure you're inhaling and pressing your hips forward as you open up the heart center. So as we move the spine in this position, you're nourishing the spinal cord right now. You're creating a lot of circulation in that area and oxygen. And if you can do this in this passive manner without a lot of aggression in the movement, you'll start changing the body chemistry. And that's what we want to do right now and create balance in the body chemistry. So try to stay with it. Warm up the spine. And you don't have to be going all the way down. You could go halfway down or a quarter of the way. But just start making simple movements and connecting your breath with those movements. Now, one more round, wherever you are, finish a full round. And then let your palms touch and bring the palms right down the center line, right to the heart center. Lift the heart up into the palms. Exhale and release the arms down to the side. So as your arms come down to the side, you can place your hands at the waist now. And we'll do one more hip opener. So just separate your legs a little bit wider. And as you separate your legs wider, make sure that you have a good strong stance. On the exhale, you can press your hips forward and then come back to the center and then shift your hips over towards your left side and come back to the center and then shift your hips behind you. So they're pressing back, and then shift your hips over towards the right side. Now inhale as you roll forward and to the left, and exhale as you go back and to the right. Try to get a little bend in your knees so that you have a little bit more mobility around the pelvic area. And just take a look down to make sure that you're making a nice even circle or a perfect circle. And then we'll go in the opposite direction. So stay connected with your breath. I'm going to say that a few more times today, but I want you to trust your own breath with your own movement. Eventually, we'll all be in sync, but try to stay with your breath. Now, coming back to the center, just walk the feet back together. As you bring your feet back together, you can inhale and extend your arms down long. Let's come to the top of the mat. Bring the arms up over the head. And on the exhale, this time we'll swan dive forward. That means you'll be pressing through your feet and drawing your arms back so that you can come down just with your heart center. So your heart leads. Make sure there's a little bend in your knees, that you're not hyperextended. And then you can place your hands on top of the thighs and reach through the crown of your head. Try to keep your elbows in tight if you can. That feels pretty good, doesn't it? Full deep breath. On the next exhale, you can bend your knees even deeper and bring your fingertips down. And then we'll inhale and bring that right knee back and let the top of the foot drop down. Now lift your torso up again. So as you're lifting your torso up, now try to keep your hips parallel and we'll move into a gentle twist. So using your right hand on the left knee, inhale and lift up, and on the exhale, just start turning the torso. And as you're turning your torso, make sure that the shoulders stay down and you can aim your head towards the back wall. Take a nice deep breath, really expansive. And try to breathe into your upper back. Exhale and we'll rotate forward. So now as you come forward, bring your fingertips down and bring the weight into your left foot. And let's take that right foot forward. Exhale, bend your knees. Inhale, bring the arms all the way up over your head. Let your palms touch. And now very gently, you're just pressing your hips forward. So you don't have to turn it into a back bend yet. Try to make more length. Try to lift up the rib cage. Lift through your fingertips. Deepen the breath. Yeah, happy Saturday. Really deep breath. And then bring the palms down to the heart center. On the exhale, bend your knees slightly, draw your hips back, and we'll move into that half forward fold again. So try to get your hips drawing back while the crown of the head is reaching forward. And then you can bend both of your knees, bring the fingertips down, and this time we'll bring the left leg back, drop the left knee down. Inhale and lift the torso up. Make sure that the hips are parallel. This time you'll bring your left hand onto the right knee and then just move into that gentle twist. So as you move into your twist in this direction, just keep your shoulders level. Try to keep the shoulders parallel and let the weight of your arm be there. Just let the back arm, let the weight be there. And you can look behind you. That's all in the past now. We might as well let it go. Really deepen your breath so that you can feel it in your back body. Now slowly turning your head forward. There's a lot better things to come. Bring your fingertips back down. Bring the weight into your right foot. And we'll just bring the left foot forward. Exhale and fold forward. Bend your knees, and on the inhale, bring the arms all the way up over your head. Let your palms touch. And on the exhale, you can press your hips forward. Reach through your fingertips. Full deep breath. On the next exhale, just release your arms back down to the side. Let the arms come down to the side. Roll your shoulders forward, up, back, and down. And then bring your hands to your waist. On the exhale, hinge at your hips and come into your Ardha Uttanasana again, the half forward fold. When you come to the half forward fold, see if you can bend your knees slightly and reach through the crown of your head. Try to stay level with the floor, so you're even with the floor. Take a deep breath, exhale, extend your fingertips down towards the floor. Now we'll bring the right leg back, and as you bring the right leg back, we're going to drop the right knee down. As you drop your right knee down, inhale and float your torso up. Check the alignment of your knee and your ankle. Make sure that you're stable. On the inhale, bring the arms up over the head, reaching up towards the sky. On the exhale, if it feels okay, you can tilt back slightly and feel the whole front body open. On the exhale, release the fingertips back down. Bring the left knee back. Keep the knees separated wide. Let your toes touch, and then draw your hips back. Let your heart center sink down. Full deep breath. If there's tension anywhere in your body, try to find it. Something's tight. Bring your attention there and breathe. Inhale and float your torso back up. Walk your hands back and bring your knees back together. On the next inhale, we'll bring that right foot forward. So now with the right foot forward, inhale and lift up on the torso. And as you're lifting up on the torso, reach through the crown of your head. Make sure you're in a stable position with the knee and the ankle lined up. And then on the inhale, bring the arms up over the head. As you reach your arms up towards the sky, on the exhale, you can tilt back slightly if that feels good. This is almost like a backward bow. So keep the weight balance in the feet by pressing through the front foot and the top of your back foot. Keep lifting the navel up. And then on the exhale, you can release the arms back down. As you bring your arms back down, bring the weight into your right foot, and then we'll step the left foot forward, exhale and fold forward. Inhale, bring the arms up over the head, let your palms touch, and then bring the palms right to the heart center. Lift the heart up into the palms. Take a deep breath right in the middle of your rib cage. Bring it in, bring it in, bring in all of that prana. On the next exhale, release the arms down to the side. So as you bring your arms down to the side, come right into your mountain pose. Take a look down at your feet, fan out your toes. Engage the inner thighs and start drawing up. And as you continue drawing up, lift up through the crown of the head. Exhale and extend your fingertips down strong towards the earth. Inhale, and we'll bring the arms up over the head. Exhale and hinge forward. So as you're hinging forward now, just allow for a slight bend in the knees. We're going to move into our first forward fold. And in this forward fold, I'd like you to focus on a forward fold that works for you. So if it means bending the knees a little bit deeper, that's fine. If it means that you can hinge forward onto the balls of your feet and then press through your heels, draw your calves down towards your ankles, you might find a little more balance there. If you can now, lift up on your hamstrings. Now, even though my head is up because I'm speaking, I'd like you to have your head drop down. Just let the head release down so you can feel the weight of the head on your neck. And just let your neck release. Everybody's breathing deeply. Now, here's the key. If you can breathe in this position, it's a good one for you. It's allowing the oxygen to flow into your brain. If you can't breathe here easily, just keep backing off little by little until you found the place that you really like. So whichever one that is, try to breathe in that forward fold position. On the next exhale, bend your knees. Press through your feet, reach your arms out in front of you. Inhale, 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 inhale. Keep inhaling. Let your palms touch. Lift the palms up towards the sky. And on the exhale, very gently press your hips forward. So we're moving into that next back bend. Full, expansive breath. On the exhale, bring the palms down to the heart center. Lift the heart up into the palms. Noticing any sensations, any vibrations. Exhale and release the arms down to the side. To bring your arms down to your side, bring your hands to your waist. And on the next inhale, we'll just bring the right foot back. Take the right foot back, one giant step back. And as you bring your right foot back now, just try to let your hips sink down. So instead of angling the foot to either side, just keep both feet facing forward. Clasp your hands behind you. On the inhale, we'll lift up on the torso and take a look back in stargazer. Full breath. On the next exhale, start leading with your heart. And as you're leading with your heart, you'll draw forward and try to get into that half forward fold again first. And it's from there that you can make a choice, whether to inhale and lift the arms up and release your head back down on an exhale, or whether you're like to stay right where you are and just try to balance the weight in both of the feet. So you're not putting all your weight in one foot. So everybody breathe deep now, picking your position or choosing your position. And then pressing through both of your feet. Inhale, inhale, inhale the whole way up. Exhale, look back again. That's right, right into that back bend again. And then bring the hips parallel. All the weight goes into your left foot, and we'll step the right foot forward. Exhale and release the arms down to the side. Roll your shoulders one time and notice how open the heart center is. So just allow that to be there. Let's take a nice deep breath. Bring the hands to the waist. Inhale and bring your left leg back. So as you bring your left leg back, try to keep both feet facing forward. Make sure that you have enough room between the feet so that you can stay balanced, and then clasp the hands behind you. Inhale and look up towards the sky. Let the heart center open. On the exhale, you'll start hinging at the hips. And as you're hinging at the hips, you're drawing your right hip back and the left hip forward. And then when you get about halfway there, when you're halfway there, just make a decision. Maybe this side you'd like to keep balancing the feet and keep drawing your hands back. Maybe you'd like to exhale and hinge all the way forward. Let the head come down towards the knee and keep leading with your heart. You can lift your arms up if you like. Either position, try to use both of your feet. Start floating the torso back up, bringing the energy back up. Inhale, 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 and then on the exhale, just tilt back slightly again, moving right into your stargazer. Full breath. Bring all the weight into your right foot, and we'll step the left foot forward. Exhale and release the arms down to the side. Roll your shoulders down and back. Take a nice deep breath in. The arms come up over the head. Let your palms touch. And then just bring the palms right down the center line to the heart center. Lift the heart up into the palms, full deep breath. Bring your hands to your waist, and on the next inhale, we'll bring the right foot back and then turn right out. So wherever you are, just make sure that you're facing the front of your monitor, and then just turn your left foot out about 90 degrees and allow the right foot to be even with the short end of your mat. On the next exhale, we'll sink the front knee down. So as you sink your front knee down, check to see if your feet are aligned and your energy is drawing down right towards the center. Try to keep that long line of your spine and not be leaning forward. And then you can bring your hands in front of you, and on the inhale, extend the arms out. So as you reach your arms out, lift up on the heart center, full deep breath. Turn and look out towards the horizon. On the next exhale, you can bend your front elbow and drop both arms down. So now we're moving into the side angle. So from the side angle pose, from the side angle posture, use your back foot like your anchor, like it's holding you down, and just allow for the hips to relax. Let your hips release. Okay, if you feel like you hit a wall, they're not going to relax, it's okay. Maybe you want to move a little bit in your posture, but everybody's breathing deeply. So this is where we bring together the prana or the breath and the asana, the position. Inhale, reach the arm up. If that doesn't feel good, go back to where you were. If that's really simple, on the exhale, you can drop the arm back behind you to open up the heart center even more. If that all feels okay and you want to move into a bind, you can reach your hands down and bring the hands together, but make sure that the heart center stays open so that you're not curling down or looking down at the floor. Try to keep the heart center open. So whatever posture you decided to be in today, breathe into that posture, because that's what makes your practice better. Not doing more, but doing better. Better breathing. And yeah, I guess it's more too. On the next exhale, you can press through your feet. Inhale, and we'll float the front arm up. And as your front arm comes up, try to keep the knee down. We'll move into our dancer pose. So dancing warrior is very exalted warrior and full of joy. Yeah. Full deep breath. And then on the exhale, release the front knee, draw it back, and then let's turn forward. As you turn forward, hinge at your hips, and as you're hinging at your hips, press through the outer edges of your feet. Make sure that the toes are angled inward at about a 45-degree angle, and you'll press them through the outer edge so you can feel it in the outer thighs. Exhale and start sinking down. If you want to go halfway just like this, that's fine. If you want to go a little bit deeper today, you can go a little deeper, whichever one feels best for you. Let's walk the hands over towards the left foot. And then on the inhale, you can lift the arm up. You can reach your arm up. On the exhale, release the hand down, and then let's walk the hands over towards the right foot. Inhale, lift the arm up. Breathing deeply. On the exhale, release the arm back down, and then coming back to center, okay? Bend your knees, And as you bend your knees, start rolling the torso back up. And as you roll your torso back up, roll the shoulders back and down. As you roll your shoulders back and down, let's turn the heels in. So the heels will be turned inward. And as you turn your heels inward, on the exhale, we'll just sink the hips down. So moving into the goddess pose or God pose, just sway your hips from side to side. Just let the knee bend on one side and then the other, and try to warm the muscles in the legs and the hips. Sometimes the stronger the muscle, the tighter it will be. So we want to use that practice of making our minds more simple, bringing back the simplicity. So don't make it too complicated. Just enjoy the practice, exhale, and you can sink down a little bit lower if it feels good. Inhale and bring the arms up over your head. On the exhale, let's bend the elbows and lift up through the sternum, lift up through the heart center. Deepen the breath. Notice any lightness that you might feel anywhere at all in your body. Go to the crown of your head. Close your eyes down, deepen your breath. On the next inhale, float the torso up. As you're floating the torso up, press your palms up. And as you're pressing your palms up one more time today, bring to mind anything at all that you can be grateful for. Oh, they're starting to come in now. The thoughts are coming in now. Beautiful thoughts. Take a deep breath. On the next exhale, release the arms down to the side and reach the arms out in both directions. Turn your right foot forward. Turn your left heel back. Turn and look out towards the horizon. Sink your front knee down. And as you're sinking your front knee down and you're looking out towards the horizon, just bring to mind your intention one more time. Let your spine be long. And then on the exhale, release your arms down. You can bend your front elbow and we'll move into the side angle pose. So as you move into your side angle pose, make sure you're using your back foot as your anchor. Shift the weight to the back. Let your hips sink down. On the inhale, if you like, you can extend your arm up. And if that feels good, keep reaching up, opening up the heart. Remember, it's a heart opener. Use your bottom arm so that you don't fall into the front. On the exhale, if it feels okay, you can drop the arm back and reach towards the arm if you like, moving into a bind on this side. Or you can stay right where you were and breathe into that. You can have the arm down or you can have the arm up. Everybody's breathing deep. Moving into their own practice now, connecting the breath with this simple movement. Press through your feet, inhale and float your torso up, and we'll move right into the dancing warrior pose. As you move into your dancing warrior pose, open up at the heart center. Feel the joy of the dancer. Woo! Maybe we'll all do some dancing tonight. On the exhale, release the arms down. And as you windmill your arms down, let's bring the left leg back. As you bring your left leg back, we'll gently press the hips back and move right into the downward facing dog. Make sure that the toes are angled inward slightly. You can bend your knees one time and bring the chest a little bit closer to the thighs, and then inhale and lift the hips up. On the next exhale, we'll lunge forward. And as you're lunging forward, just drop the knees down, draw the hips back, and move into your extended child pose or frog pose. But whatever pose you're in, make sure that you're allowing the prana to move through your body. So allow for a moment for your breathing. Let the breathing be the key. Now on the next inhale, we're just lunging forward. And as you come forward, can you extend your legs down and back so that you'll come down onto your abdomen? And guess what? We're gonna move into a back bend. We'll move right into Sphinx pose. I really like Sphinx. It's a good opener for the spine. It cools the body. And then we'll move into Cobra, okay? So first, the shoulders and the elbows are lined up. And with the shoulders and the elbows lined up, rock your hips from side to side. Now line up your hips and press down on the tops of your feet. So you feel the tops of the feet flat on the mat. Pressing your palms down, draw the elbows and the shoulders back. So it's almost like your hands are glued to the front of the mat, and that allows the heart center to open. Lift up on the heart center. And draw your tailbone down, almost like it's drawing down towards your inner ankles, if you can imagine that. Press through the tops of your feet and then reach through the crown of your head. On the exhale, hinge slightly forward and then draw your hands back. So now the hands are even with the shoulders. Bring the elbows in tight to the body. Inhale and float partially up. Oh, this one's tough. This is Cobra. So keep drawing the elbows back. Engage the buttocks, reach through your feet and elongate the spine. Get your gaze slightly down and slightly forward. On the next inhale, float the torso all the way up. Exhale and draw the hips back. So as you draw your hips back now, you can sway the hips from side to side. Just releasing any tension at all in the body. Hopefully all that work was done with your chest and your heart center, with your spine, and not so much with your arms. On the inhale, you can float your torso up. And as you float the torso up, let's bring the hands out to the side and extend the arms to the side. The legs will go out in front. And you can relax your arms, relax your hands. So as you're relaxing your hands now on the side, flex through your heels. Flex all the way through the heels. Roll your shoulders one time and get the shoulders parallel. So the shoulders are even or squared. Your shoulders are squared. Now from here, I want you to start engaging. Engage the calf muscles by flexing through your feet even more. Fan out your toes. Engage your thigh muscles so they're wrapping around the thigh bones. Engage your abdominal muscles and your buttocks so it feels like you're lifting up all the way towards the sky. Reach through the top of your head. Full deep breath. Exhale, you can bring the arms down towards the side or your fists. Lift up through the heart center. It should be easier to do this posture today with all of that back bending and spine openers that we did today. Full breath. Make sure both arms are long. And now exhale and release all of that. So let go of any of that tension. Let go of the tension in your muscles. Let it all go out. Oh, yeah, that feels good. On the exhale, you can bend your knees and then draw the hips slightly forward and then draw the knees in towards your chest. And as you bring the knees in towards your chest, let's inhale and lift the legs up. Now, if you have any back injuries, this might be all you want to do just to try to keep this abdomen engaged in this posture so that you're not suffering through it or having distress. If it feels better to lift up your legs, you can lift up your legs a little bit more. You can extend the arms out if that feels good and keep engaging the abdominal muscles. Lift up through the heart center. So that's the big part, is lifting up through the heart center to try to keep the spine long. Full, deep, expansive breaths. Sacred tremors coming on, coming on. Bring them on. On the exhale, just draw the knees back in towards your chest. As you bring the knees in towards your chest, lean forward slightly and then let the knees drop open. Let your knees drop open and down. And as the knees drop open and down, we'll just move right into our Baddha Konasana or bound angle pose. And so in this posture, you're pressing the outer edges of your feet together and then lifting all the way up on the sternum. Really deepen your breath. Now, can you imagine, just imagine your ankles drawing up toward your inner knees? And then as you're drawing the tailbone down, lift up through the sternum. Lift all the way up in the middle of the chest, middle of the throat, middle of the eyebrows, crown of the head. Inhale and extend the legs out long. So now you'll just have the legs extended out long. Reach your arms up over the head. And on the exhale, just go about halfway down. So when you're hinging at your hips, whatever your halfway is, it might be different than anyone else's, but figure, okay, this is about halfway down. Now I'm going to start reaching through my fingertips like someone's pulling me towards them. Someone's pulling their energy. And then I'll draw my tailbone back to balance that energy so my spine stays long. And then from there, you can drop your hands down. So once you've got that length in your spine, then your hands can come down to wherever they want to go. You can also put your hands on the side too, so that you have your hands close to your ankles, whichever one feels better to your physical body. But just take a nice deep breath. Get your gaze slightly down and slightly forward. And just try to keep the spine long. Now, wherever you are right now, bring your hands to the front. And we'll gently walk the fingertips over towards the left side. Inhale, lift up on the heart center. And on the exhale, just start to hinge forward slightly. Draw your right hip back. And then inhale, and we'll float the torso back up. Come back to the center. Reach the arms up over the head. On the exhale, go that halfway. Draw your tailbone back, and then press the palms down. okay? Try not to exert too much effort in these postures because, you know, we're trying to rebalance ourselves, not force ourselves to do anything. So walk the fingertips over towards the opposite side. Inhale, lift up, exhale, and draw the left hip back down. Maybe it's feeling a little bit different on this side, right? Full deep breaths. Now walk your hands back to the center. As you bring your hands back to the center, inhale, lift up the arms. Exhale, bring your fingertips back behind you. Inhale and lift up on the sternum. Open up the heart center. Let the collarbones come away from each other. And on the next exhale, we'll just walk the hands forward. Bring your legs back together. And as you bring your legs back together, we'll move into a final posture. And instead of doing bridge today, we'll try our hand at camel pose, okay? So coming back up onto your knees. And when you come onto your knees, then you'll bring your hands to your waist. And then place your hands behind you and draw the tissue down. So it's almost like you're drawing the skin on your back down towards your buttocks. And then inhale and lift up on the sternum and allow the body to release back. So can you now press through the tops of your thighs, almost like you're pressing them into a wall? Press through the tops of your thighs and keep lifting up on the heart center. If it's possible, you can curl your toes under and one hand at a time, just bring your fingertips down towards your ankles. And as you come into this posture, keep lifting up on the heart center and pressing through the thighs. Whatever posture you're in right now is fine. Maybe you're up here and you're still drawing down, and that's feeling good. So that's the one you should be doing. If this one's starting to feel uncomfortable when you first bring the hand down, then stay where you were. If it's feeling pretty good, bring the other hand down. Everybody's breathing. Full deep breath. Asana and pranayama, bring them together. Exhale and start lifting up on the torso, wherever you were. Release your hips back, and then you can bring the legs forward. As you bring your legs forward, we'll just draw the hips down and move right into Shavasana. So as you come into your Shavasana, it's a posture of integration. And this posture of integration allows all of that prana or all of that life force to move through our body and allows the muscles and joints to really integrate all of the things we just did. So right now, just take a deep breath in, and on the exhale, let it all out. Remind yourself that you're coming down, you're moving down just for a moment now. Extend your right leg down and your left leg down, your right arm down and your left arm down. And you can allow the feet to drop open in a posture of allowing. Let the palms turn up. And just begin to relax your low back. Let your low back relax. Take a deep breath in through your torso up to your heart. And on the exhale, exhale down from the crown of your head into your heart. So each inhale, you're drawing up to the heart. Each exhale, you're releasing from the crown of your head into your heart. Now just shift the attention to the center of your eyebrows. Drop in a few inches deeper and release all struggle. This is the calm that's created from the asana and the pranayama. Now just rock your head from side to side. You can inhale and give yourself a nice long stretch. And on the exhale, draw the knees into the chest one final time. Give yourself a good hug. Acknowledge yourself for doing your practice again. Now roll over towards the right side. As you roll over towards the right, you can come back up into a comfortable seated position, whatever that is. And as you come into your comfortable seat or asana, draw the tailbone down and lift all the way up on the sternum. Bring the palms together at the heart center and lift your heart up into the palms. And we'll close our practice today with the greeting of Namaste. My internal light respects your internal light. Namaste. Keep practicing and it'll keep getting better.